Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome back again to another video from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is Apex Elenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor. And in today's video, this is perhaps one of the top 5 matches that I've ever played in my 10 plus year career as an upcoming player, as a player who started learning to play the game at a very late stage. I have found myself achieving a lot in this game in terms of the knowledge and in terms of achievements. Now, I've played many matches in my life, in my career, and of course I've had bad losses, which I've showed you here on the channel, and I've had great wins that I've shown you on this channel, and this is perhaps the top 5. Now, you would have seen in a previous upload perhaps a few weeks ago where I posted a match between myself and the very same young man here, Jennar Mackenzie, in which he defeated me. I would go to the extent of saying he obliterated me at a scoreline of 7-4. At one point I really did have control of the match and it got away from me, and he ran a couple of break and runs and took the match and took the cash. But of course, knowing myself, I came back with a revenge and eventually I did get it. So you're about to see an exceptional display of quality pool, and you're going to be seeing everything: safety play, proper positional play, break and runs. Everything is here. So looking forward to watching a very entertaining match between one of my most worthy rivals. If this is the first time here on the channel, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button below, turn on your post notification bell, leave some positive questions and comments down below. I'd love to engage with you guys based on your thoughts about the match, about the racks, whatever there is that you can comment about. I would love to hear from you guys. Alright, and do not forget to hit the like button. It really does help the channel to grow. I also want to thank all my subscribers for staying loyal, as I am not able to produce as much content as I would love to post on a regular, but I'll try my very best to give you at least a content per week. Alright, so as we're about to proceed and commence in this match, shake hands there with Jennar, and we're expecting to be a good match here. Alright, perhaps the greatest comeback that I have ever engaged in here. So starting off there with the lag, it's a good start for me here. Winning the lag is important. It really gets me the first opportunity to show what I came off with here. And I really came into this match with a very positive mindset, knowing that if I make a mistake, he's most likely going to punish me for every mistake that I make. And that's what he's really good at. He's really good at capitalizing on every opportunity that he gets. But I came into this match knowing that everything had to go correct. I was not willing, and I was not gonna let anything get out of my control. And definitely it worked out to be. This is going to be a match that is not going to be any different from any pro level match. It's going to be a great match. So if you have the time, spend some time with me here, guys, and I'm going to be walking you through my thought process as I go through this match. So of course I'm starting off with the traditional side rail break. We're playing on an 8-foot table, and on this particular table here, the side second ball break here works nicely. You'll see here we're on this break, I hit the second ball as full as I can, and with a soft medium speed here, it goes into the side rail and it tends to always go back in and around the middle of the table. Now, because this is an 8-foot table, I find that if I try to break too hard, then the cue ball tends to fly off the table. But if you break too soft, you may cause a spread and a ball may not go down. But on that break there, I was very fortunate enough to get a ball down. Now you'll notice here, and if you are one of the viewers of that match, you'll see here where I'm taking a very different approach. I'm taking my time, I'm walking around the table, I'm analyzing the rack, and as you look on the table here, you'll see that stripes seems to be the better option here based on the position. Now I do have a couple of problems here. I have that 14 ball that is wedged up against the 7, and I don't think that it can be pocketed into the side or into the corner. So I'll at some point have to develop that 14 ball. You'll see that I'm going around, I'm having a look at it, and you'll see here now I'm kind of mapping out what I need to do. I'm looking at areas here. I'm looking at potting the 10. That 10 ball is in a tricky position, so I'll definitely need to get that 10 ball very, very soon. It's really the ball that is closest to the 14, so I'm trying to perhaps create an angle on the 10 that I can use to perhaps nudge onto the 14 or onto the 7. Alright, so I'm playing here with top spin. I'm just going to go forward, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go forward and come back out, and that's the angle that I needed. Now I'm not sure if the angle is enough. It looks like the angle is going to drive me into the 7 and the 14, but I also have that 11 ball that is my insurance for that 6 ball. It blocks the pocket for the 6. When you're playing 8 ball, or at least when I'm playing 8 ball, you always have to think ahead that in the event that the rack is not runnable, you still have to have an insurance blocker ball or an insurance ball to get back in line if you have to do a breakout. Now I'm looking at the 11 ball here, and I need to pocket this 10. I need to nudge either the 7 or the 14 to develop the 14, and I have to, just in case I don't get a shot on any of my other balls, I have to still try to have an insurance. Now I'm jacking up over the 8, so it's making the breakout a little bit more difficult. You see there where I nudge, it was actually going in towards the 7 and the 14, but it hit the 5 first, which didn't give me the actual breakout that I need. Now the 14 ball can go down into the corner now, but now I don't really have an insurance shot. Well, I have I believe that's the 13 ball. I believe that's all the way down at the bottom rail, and I have the 11 ball here. Now the 11 ball I don't think can be made. The 11 ball looks to be a nice insurance ball for the 8 into the side. So let's see what happens here. I'm just going to be clearing up the last ball that is down table. Looks like I'm going inside spin here, just going around the angles. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3 reels. Needed a little bit more speed on that. Definitely wanted the 11 ball on that shot, but the speed failed me there. So let's mark that down as the first blunder. And I believe you'll see that Gennaro in the background there is standing and waiting for the opportunity to get back to the table. We have a lot of respect between each other, and we understand that in order for anyone can win this particular match here, and we know definitely here that any mistake can be catastrophic and it can change the course of the match. Now I don't have an opening shot, so I'm going to have to try to play a containing safety here of some sort. So I'm trying to play 2 reels. Needed a bit more speed on that, and I kind of hit that 15 ball a bit thick. So I tried to play a containing safety where I didn't want to leave Gennaro any form of easy opening shot. The aim was to carry the cue ball all the way down to the bottom rail here, but Gennaro has an opening shot here on the 4. So he cuts it in, comes around nicely, and he has 2 problems to solve. That 11 ball just made that first problem even worse, because now he has to get precise position on that 1, and the 5 ball, I think it's makeable into the corner here, the bottom right corner here. He's having a look at it. The 2 ball cannot pass, and he has to get precise position onto that 1. The 6 ball is still makeable, but you see here that he's looking at what can he do to land onto that 2-5. Seems as if he has definitely made a decision. Not sure exactly. He's a little bit unsure. You see that this is when you know that Gennaro is at his top peak focus, because if he doesn't see the opportunity to run, he's not going to take the chance of trying anything funny. So he's probably going to play a safe of some sort, which is exactly what he decided to do here. He's going to develop the 2 ball and still leave me tough. Now, he knows that the 14 ball is not able to pass into the side. So he knows that that is his insurance. And he has a couple of balls that surrounds my 14 ball here. But I have a pot on the 11. But it's taking me away from the 15. And even if I was to pot the 11 ball here, the 8 ball blocks the natural path to even develop the 14. So let's see what I decide to do here. 8 ball is a really tricky game. It's not the easiest game to play because there's a lot of variables involved. And at the level that I play pool with these kind of players, it doesn't take a missed shot for you to lose a rack or lose a match. It literally takes a bad angle. So just playing a bit of safety here, just nudging, touching the 15 ball here, getting it off the rail, and leaving Gennaro with no pot. He cannot pot the 1. The 7 ball is not potable. He can't see the 2 or the 6, nor the 5. So that was a really good containing shot there. Gennaro once again is going to play some sort of safety, bringing the cue ball all the way down rail here. Let's see what happens once he gets out of the way. That was a great shot. Very, very excellent safety, containing safety there. Now I have to be careful because now I can't see any of my balls. So Gennaro, that was a really good safety. So I'm going to have to try to kick at the ball, but I'm not sure if I should try to massé to try to pop the 11 or to massé to kick the 15. So a decision has to be made here. And as I'm looking at the rack here, I'm looking at playing some sort of kick safety. Now I can't leave Gennaro with an opening because then he'll be able to calculate what balls to pot, and all his balls are in the open. So I've called the 11 ball just in case. And remember that I'm playing on a table where the rails are jumping. So you'll see here where I played the 11 ball here and the cue ball jumped, which changed the kick trajectory angle of the cue ball. But once again, I was very fortunate in terms of where this cue ball has landed. So now Gennaro is perhaps going to play a safety. He has a tough pot here on the 1. If he could make this 1, then literally it would be a run out. But let's see here. He doesn't look to be in attack mode, so he's looking to play some sort of containment here. So he's again playing safety. Let's see what he does here. Rolls the 2 ball. He was trying to carry the ball probably close to the 7. But now he has left an opening. And you'll see there where I check to see if the 11 ball is on the spot. Because if that 11 ball is on the spot, then it becomes a 45-degree cut angle into the side. And this is something that this is why I practice so much and I have so much theory about the game. Because in a previous video, which you'll be able to see a link in the description, I'll try to put a link in the cards here for you, where I showed you guys how to use reference angle and diamond referencing to pot shots like these and also predict the cue ball's path. Now the cue ball's path is heading behind the 7. So I'm going to try to use a bit of inside spin to try to escape the 7 here. Beautiful shot there. I knew it was getting close to the 7, but I didn't have enough inside spin to avoid the 7. Now I've left myself, pardon me guys, with a tough pot onto the 14 here. So that was an opening that most likely I'm supposed to get out from here. The cue ball's natural path is heading towards the 15, but it's a tough pot. It's beyond 60 degrees. So just rolling that ball in nicely, bumping into the 15. Perfect shot, perfect positional play. Gennaro left a half opening and I was able to capitalize by using the knowledge that I've earned in this game here. So it's just natural low right spin, coming 2 rails and landing perfectly here on the 8 for a straight in shot down table. So there, I don't think that a lot of mistakes were made in this rack. Jennar played a couple of good safeties. He left just a slight opening. And just by the look of the first rack, guys, you would know already that this match is poised to be something very special. So just settling down here, taking the first rack for a 1-0 lead. So Jennar knew, or actually Jennar knows where he went wrong there. So he's that type of player. He has always disclosed to me that if an opponent is defeating him, if it's his mistake that's causing him to lose a rack or a match, he knows exactly what he needs to do. And he's a very ferocious player. He's an absolutely exquisite player when he wants to be. Once he's in stroke mode, once he's active on the pool scene, he doesn't get a chance to play a lot of games as he would like because of the fact that we all have to work. Pool is not a job for us, but we do the best that we can with whatever resources that we have. And it's a lively environment here. A lot of stakes around this match. Lots of persons are watching. Lots of persons are to the side looking at this match because this match has a lot of energy built up around it. Because everyone knows that I'm very capable, but they also know that Jennar is also very much capable. So this match is expected to be a very tense one. The last one was very tense because we battled it out. Jennar was leading about 3-1. I catch the lead at 4-3. Went to 5-3. Jennar catch me at 5. I made a mistake on a break and run. Jennar got to 6, got to 7, and won that match. So settling down here, taking a 1-0 lead, feeling a bit good in myself here that I was able to get that out. And once again using the side rail second ball break here. Let's see if there's any consistency in the break. Once again it's the same sort of feel, but that cue ball got away a little bit. Another ball has gone down, and cue ball is definitely not where I want it to be. It's supposed to be in the middle of the table in hindsight, but there was no cluster to stop that cue ball. It almost actually went into the side pocket, but got lucky, and the object ball, the cue ball, pardon me, got a couple of kicks, went down table. Now I don't have a lot of options here because now I only have the 6 to which I've called into the corner. Okay, so he's actually just telling me there that he's going to the right because we count scores by using our coins. So he's telling me that I should go to the right, well, go to my left as we're looking at the screen here, and he's going to take the score to the right. So that's what he's actually telling me to do. We don't want to get the scores all mixed up. So I only have a pot here onto the 6. The 1 ball is tied. I definitely need to close the game. I can't give Jennar the opportunity to choose the opening shot. But I only have one opening shot here, which is the 6. Everything else is a bit tough. I have a jump onto the 3 ball, but I'm jacking up with the 6 here. It's a back cut very close to the 6. So let's see what happens here. Nice shot there. The angle was leading me into the breakout for the 1, but I got the breakout on the 7 instead. So I have one problem area here, which is the 1. Everything else is pretty much open. So that was a good opening shot there. But the problem on the 1 is going to be the issue here. So the 3 ball into the side here. Stop shot. Well, stun draw there. Now I have the 5 into the side and I have the 4 ball all the way down, but the 1 ball is a problem. And the angle on the 7 sort of leading me towards the 1, but the angle is a bit too much, so I might miss the breakout of 1 rail. So I'm just gonna play the 4, clear that part of the table, drawing the cue ball and that was definitely not the intent, but I landed perfectly here on the 5 into the side. I would absolutely call that very fortunate. The intent was to draw to get a shot onto the 7, but I landed perfectly on the 5 where I can solve that tricky little problem here. So if I can stop the cue ball there or thereabout, I'd have the perfect angle that I need to go one rail into the 1. Now you'll see here where I use the Dr. Dave Billiards peace sign rule. You'll see here where I pick the aiming spot on the 7, and I'll use the Dr. Dave peace sign rule here. I know that the natural path of the cue ball, just with a hair of right spin, will take me right into the 1 perfectly, and with the right speed, right cue ball control, a tap on the ground with his cue there in acknowledgement that was a very, very good breakout there, which is about to be an exquisite break and run. He knows exactly that I'm supposed to actually win this game. After that breakout, there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't, but I have a sort of flat angle here. So I'm going to stun. You'll see here that I'm aiming close to center, and I'm stunning. Cue ball almost though got away. So definitely too much speed. Hands are a bit hot. They're apologizing that I got a bit fortunate. I definitely didn't want to stun too short and leave myself with an awful cut onto the 8. So I rather got down way down onto the table. So the settling down here onto this 8, taking a couple of warm-up strokes, focusing on the pot, delivering the cue nicely. That drop of the elbow there, which I showed you that's one of the weaknesses in my game. That shooting the shot, dropping the elbow, it really doesn't affect the delivery of the shot, because the drop on the elbow occurred after the shot, after the stroke was delivered. But it's also definitely shows signs of uncertainty in the pot. So I needed to win that rack because, of course, I did all the hard work. So it was everything depended on delivering that cue straight to pot that 8. So I've taken here a 2-0 lead. And of course, I'm in a prime position. 2 strong players. If you're leading 2-0, it's a very, very good start to a match. Do not forget, guys, if you're watching this video wherever you're watching from, whether on the shorts feed or on the main platform, the homepage of my YouTube channel, I have lots of matches against players coming up. The young man in the back there in the red, we have a match coming up in the following week. He also played extremely well. He's a young player, and a young player that is expected to be the future of pool in the community that I am playing. So offset and ready to go for rack number 3 here. Side rail break seems to be working successfully so far. Last match against Jenar, it didn't work at all. It didn't work at all. My break failed me, and Jenar was able to capitalize on every opportunity that he got. Again, I was successful, so the break is working. But this time the cue ball went into the opposite direction. I had a bit too much top spin on that one, so the cue ball went opposite to this rail here. So now I'm starting off with a safety. And as I mentioned to you in the introduction of this video, that this particular match here had everything. Safety play. The traditional way that we play is always to say here break and run. But there you see that the opportunity to run out wasn't there, so I played a safety. Just wedging that cue ball up against the 14, not giving Jenar any open opportunity. This is how you have to control the match. When you're playing with a player that is of his caliber, you want to ensure that once you have the opportunity at the table, you have to control the amount of chances that he gets to come to the table. So he has decided to just create a bit of cluster here. Not sure how effective that was though, because now I have a combination on the 314. 213 ball is not able to pot, but I know I have control, so I'm going to be potting the 1 and getting for the 6 ball here. Ooh, am I wedged up against the 7 though? I'm having a look. Doesn't seem so. Looks a bit close, but based on my body action, my body language, pardon me, I think I'm good enough. So I'm perhaps going to just go around 2 rails. Well, I'm stun drawing. Okay. So I was able to pot it. So I'm stun drawing. I'm in control of the rack. Why? Because Jenard's 14 ball and 13 ball is wedged up behind my 2 solid balls. So even though he controls the pocket, I control if he can break those balls out or not. Stun drawing back out to the middle of the table here for the 5 into the side. By the look on my face, I'm a little disappointed with something. I think maybe I wanted a particular angle. Right, I think I wanted to stun out to get the 4 to break out the 3 and the 2. So still have to stay positive here. I'm looking at if I can just get to that position there. I might be able to pot the 4 and maybe use some side spin to go into the cluster. So I'm going to take the long pot onto the 4. So I'm using some inside spin because the angle is taking me away. Alright, so I got a bit further out than I wanted. But it's okay. Would have been a bit better though if I was a bit closer. Like a bit, maybe like a ball and a half, where I could see more of the 14. I can see just about enough of the 14, but will it be enough for me to spin this cue ball into the cluster? I'm going to be using, I guess, top right, or sorry, pardon me, top left or inside left here. So you'll see that I'm aiming top left. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to be potting the 4. Ooh. Didn't get the breakout at all. Let's mark that down as blunder number 2. Because like I said, guys, it really doesn't take much for you to lose a rack at this level. It takes a moment like this to turn the game around. So what should have been, or what could have been, a 3-0 lead could easily turn out to be a match that is drawn level at 2. And you guys would have seen this at the pro level, that you can be leading at 5 and easily there you land at 2-all. So I tried to play a safety here. Now Jenard seems to be more in control of this rack. I tried to play a carom to pot his 14, but it really didn't work. Now the table is wide open because now Jenard has a breakout ball for that 13 and all the other balls are open on the table, but I'm not sure, does he have enough to break out the 13? It was a bit thin, but the 13 ball actually passes, or does it? The 13 ball, he doesn't seem to be very concerned about the 13. So he knows that the 13 ball is potable. So he's just calming everything down, stunning out towards the middle of the table here. He seems to be looking at the 13 now. Again, he doesn't seem to be concerned. So he's potting the 11 ball into the side. Well, based on his body language, the 13 ball seems to go clear. It's a bit close to that 2, so let's see what happens here. Rolling forward 1 rail, coming back out. Perfect angle here on the 9. Should be able to come either 1 rail or 2 rail. Let's see what he decides to do. He's playing low, so I guess he's drawing the cue ball. Alright, so he definitely has a pot onto the 13. So he doesn't seem concerned. I guess there was no reason to be concerned. So let's see what happens here. Rolling forward, heavy on the cue ball though. Oh dear. This is still okay though. He looks to be very disappointed. I think he wanted to be a little bit closer to the 8. These back cuts, even on an 8-foot table, can be very, very tricky. Because he can't roll this ball, he has to stun. But remember that when you're stunning the cue ball, you have to actually cut the ball more than you expect. And that was a horrible miss there by Jennar. Missing that ball almost by half a diamond. I didn't think he committed himself to the stroke. I think he was mentally still disturbed by the fact that he landed awkwardly on that 8. But it was heavy. The position from the 13 was heavy to get position onto the 8. I know he didn't want to fall short. So I think he preferred landing in that position than landing short. Now I'm on the 3 here into the side. Jennar got a bit fortunate. And if you are an avid pool player, you know that if your cue ball is near to your object ball, it is perhaps one of the hardest shots to predict the putting angle. Another one of my rival has walked into the pool hall there. Really nice shot, 2 rails. In fact, 3 rails to land perfectly here on the 2. I have a similar shot like what Jennar got on the 13 to the 8, except that I have a lot more room for error. So there you see that I did something different from Jennar. I picked my spot mentally that I wanted the cue ball to land. There you would have seen Shane just walked into the room. A player that I've yet to be able to defeat consistently. He's a very strong player. Let's keep our eyes on the match here. Potting this 2 ball here, coming 1 rail, perfectly landing exactly where I wanted the cue ball to land. And that's the difference between high level play and average level play. Not saying that Jennar played an average game. I think that picking the spot mentally where you want the cue ball to land gives you a lot more advantage in terms of getting your position. So Jennar, I felt mentally there misplayed position because he didn't have a specific zone. I think he just wanted to just land onto the 8, and based on his shooting ability he would have been able to pot the 8, but it proves contrary to the result of that pot, missing that crucial 8 for a 2-1 lead, or for a 2-1 scoreline. What would have been 2-1 is now in fact in favor of Apex Elenio at 3-0. The pool in my area here is very active, especially on a weekend basis, because we all work, we all have individual jobs. So playing pool, I would love for this to be a priority of mine. I would love for this to be a job, but it cannot be a job for me simply because of the culture of the sport in my country. But nevertheless, as I said, we do the best that we can with what we have, and we try to be the best version of ourselves. Again, guys, do not forget to hit the subscribe button below. Turn on your post notification bell. I have super dope contents coming out. This is just one of the matches where I have to showcase not only my downfall, but I have to show you sometimes when I do play at my best. But I really want you guys to see all the matches where I have messed up, so you'll see that I'm not a perfect player. I'm still a student of the game, and I have much to learn. So 3 very different breaks. Break number 4 looks a lot similar like break number 2, but this time I have a lot more spread. And you'll see that there's a wide diversity in terms of the rack, because you'll see a clustered rack that turns out to be a break and run, and you'll see a widely spread rack like this one that is perhaps going to be quite an interesting rack. And Jennar and I have always had this battle. And if you're a player who gambles a lot, or you play a lot of underground matches, you'll realize that there's always the turning point in the game. It is always that rock where losing that rock usually contributes to you losing the match. Winning that rock is always what contributes towards you winning this match. And this rock is going to be one very, very long rock, but one that is very, very interesting here. Nice thin cut there onto the 10. And definitely in attack mode there, because I was trying to break out the 14 from the 6. And that particular shot there is going to be problematic because there is no breakout balls for me. Jennar is in a better position than I am because he has that 7 ball that if he gets the perfect angle on the 7, he can break out his 6. So I'm in some trouble here. I'm looking at the shallow rail kick system here. Double the distance, double the rail kick system here. Kicking from the side rail. You'll see the calculation that went into that. Oh dear, missing that shot. So let's write that down as blunder number 3. So 1 blunder each rack. It has not cost me as yet. I made 2 blunders, I guess, in 3 racks. And 1 blunder in the 4th. Because missing that shot there can prove to be quite catastrophic. Jennar also has problems of his own because he has that 4 ball that's tied up with the 13. He knows that he will definitely need to do something about that 4. But we cannot attack unless there is an opportunity to do so. So let's see what Jennar decides to do here. He's on solids. So he decides, it looks as if he's going for the 7 ball into the side. He's aiming with draw. Wow. Really, really nice there. Almost got fortunate by scratching. Not sure though why. I guess that was a good decision. Because that 5 ball was kind of behind the 9. So he would have needed to land perfectly on the short rail. But that breakout there, that development of that 5 there proves to be justifiable for him there, because now he has a better breakout ball for the 4. Tried to play a containing safety double kiss though, so definitely the cue ball is not where he wants it to be. I'm in some trouble. We're both in trouble. He has moved his 7 ball to break out the 6, so it's going to be a tactical battle. And let me know, guys, in the comments, how would you actually go about playing this rack? Would you have done anything that we have done? Do you think that this particular rack is a good one? Do you think? Let me know what you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. What would you have done? So here now, I have an opportunity here to put Jennar in some problem, because now I can pot his 5 ball to remove his breakout ball and replace his breakout ball with mine. So now Jennar is in more problems than you can ever imagine, because now he doesn't have a breakout onto the 4. There's a bank on the 4, but do you really want to bank at this position? Do you want to attack at this position? What's the advantage of attacking here? Jennar doesn't seem to think that attack makes sense. So he's just going to control the game here. Ooh, has he left an opening on the 13? I think this is a mistake. Or is it? I'm not so sure though. The movements, there's a pep in my step. The 13 ball, does it go straight down though? I'm not so certain. It's a little close. Let's zoom in on that. It's not there. I didn't go for it, so I decided to just contain the game here. Contain the rack. Just blocking that 14. I think Jennar wanted to kind of squeeze that 14 out so he could pot it into the corner. He's a really smart player. He's a really smart player. especially when it comes to the safety battle. He's very, very patient though. So he knows that this game is the game that could either win him the match or it could probably cost him the match. And this is the rock that made this actual match reach to 1 hour and 30 minutes, because this rock was quite a lengthy one. I felt like there were opportunities where I should have attacked, but I didn't. I tried to play containing safety. Let's see what Jennar does here. He's rolling the 14 back to block that 13. But Jennar is in a bit of trouble though, because I have that 11 ball that can break out the 13. So I'm in position. I'm in position here, but I still have a problem with the 14. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to solve that problem down there. Let's see here. Containing the shot here, blocking that 4 ball, not leaving Jennar with any opening. This is the control part of the game. I'm really feeling good. I'm feeling very confident. Let's see what Jennar does here. Rolls the 14. Oh, is that a mistake though? He's trying to do something here. He's trying to develop his 14 in some way, shape or form, but he's not leaving any form of opening. Now, this is a great opportunity for me here, because Jennar 4 ball is not potable. He has a bank, but I think I have a chance here where I could possibly develop my 14. I'm not sure. Am I going to go for it? No, I'm not going to go for it. So I'm going to just roll this 15 ball here. Bring it close to that corner pocket. So Jennar now, let's see what he does. He's potting the 2. Okay, there he goes. Now the game has become a little bit more nasty. It has become a little bit more nasty. I think Jennar wanted the 2 ball to be in front of the side so he could break out the 4, but the 2 ball went into a nasty position here, a non-potable position here. But now I have an opportunity now where I can develop that 14. So I'm calling the pot on the 14. If I make it, I can perhaps do something, maybe a safety, maybe attack, depending on the cue ball. But I can actually break out the 14 and I can block the 8 ball as well. Oh, okay then. So that's a development. Jennar is still in trouble. You'll see there that he's very concerned about that 4 ball because he knows it's not potable. So what is he going to do here? What is his decision? The 6 ball is definitely makeable into the side, into the corner, into the top right, and the bottom right corner. Let's see what Jennar does here. He's tying up more shots. So he's trying to regain control of the rock. I have no pot. Jennar has no pot. So just containing the rock here. Let's see. Beautifully done there. Nicely done. Wanted it to wedge up against the 9 though, so I could actually get a ball in hand. So this match is really a cat and mouse rock. It's a who can make the first mistake. So Jennar here pots the 6. Oh, what has he done here? What is his plan? He pots the 6. He doesn't have a shot. Was he thinking about going for the cross-side bank, the double? Doesn't look so. He doesn't look so. He's looking up. He's like, okay, what do I do here? It's boiling down. It's a tense match. Let's see what he decides here. He's rolling up the 4, tying up the 9 and the 4. Now I've decided that, hey, you're not going to get away with this. And I'm actually giving you my thoughts. I decided at this position here that I'm not going to let you get away with this, Jennar. We're going to have to battle this out. Even if it takes an hour, I'm not giving you the opportunity to win this rock. I've decided that I'm not going to attack unless there is an opening. So rolling that 14, rolling that cue ball into the 14, getting it away from the 8. Now I'm forcing Jenner that he now has to do something with that 2. So he's going to try to nudge out the 2, or is he? He's tying up more balls. I have to say that this is probably a very entertaining safety. This is probably an entertaining safety. I'm probably going to have to release this part of the video alone on my channel before I release the full video. Or probably you guys would have already seen this. So the safety battle, I would say that this is a safety battle of the century at this level in my area that I play pool, because very tense here. No player is going unless they are sure. I tried to go for the attack. Not bad. The 13 ball is still tied. I got an opportunity there. And like I said at the beginning of this rack, I felt like there may have been an opportunity for me. Here, it seems as if I'm on attack mode. I'm calling it into the side, but is this a wise decision though? Do I go for the attack? I don't think that's a wise decision. I call it into the side. I'm calling the double. So let's see, I'm trying to escape. Okay, so I see what was happening there. That could have been detrimental, and wow. What a lucky roll. Even though he could not see the 2 ball, that 13 ball double banking, missing the bank and going back over to that side rail has just made the rack even more interesting. Because now, even if Jenner had an opportunity to perhaps even jump or do something, that 13 ball just blocked the only possible opening that he has. What an entertaining safety. And this is just in my personal opinion. I feel like this rack was the rack of the year. So Jenner tried to tie up a couple of balls. I think he was actually baiting me into actually going for the run. He knows I'm an attacking player, and he knows that if the opportunity presents to attack, he just wants me to attack, and if I miss, he would clear up the rack. But I decide that, hey, I am not going for this break. I'm not going for this run unless I am absolutely sure that 2 ball cannot go into the corner. It can go into the side. But I'm going to roll up here. I'm going to roll. Block him with the 9. Perfect safety. This is the opportunity that I needed. No more clusters. All my balls are out onto the table. A ball in hand here is going to be ideal. Will Jenner be able to kick and make contact with the 2 or the 4? He's not the best jumper of the cue ball. I think that's one of his areas in the game that he definitely is looking at improving. What is he doing here though? He's tying up more balls. This is absolutely crazy. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think that this is actually an entertaining safety battle here? Oh wow. I now have problems because Jenner he's decided that he's going to create problems. If he has problems, he's going to create problems. I find this, as I'm commentating here, I find that this match was really, 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 really entertaining. I know it was entertaining when I was playing, but it's even more entertaining watching it. So what am I going to do here? I'm getting that 13 ball to pot. It's a bit of trouble there. Getting that 14. Let's see what I'm going to be doing here. I have an angle on the 14. Am I looking to go 2 rails to break out? I'm not so certain what my decision is. I'm having a look. This could be dangerous for me. I'm actually calling a safety. Okay, I think I'm playing a safety to hide the cue ball behind the 8. Bringing that 14 ball up into the mess. Ha ha ha. I was looking to get it behind the 8. Now it's all messed up. Jenner, does he have a pot? It's a thin cut onto the 2. He has called it into the side. But even if he pots it into the side, I think the angle actually goes into the short rail and back out. He's having a look to see if the 4 ball goes straight down or straight up. It's at that nasty spot near to that side pocket. What is he doing here? Is he going for the pot? He's going for the safety. So he's rolling thin. Ooh, very, very good shot there by Jenner. Is he fortunate? Was that intended? Jenner, if you're watching this match, let me know if that was intended. That was a great shot there by Jenner. Even though he has not really made any position for himself, because even if he gets a ball in hand, it's going to be a little bit tricky still. But from where he was, I would safely say that was a really good shot. But I think I can see the 14. So it's a thin touch here onto the 14. Let's see here, bringing the cue ball back over to that side. Is it? 1, 2 rails. Oh wow. Oh wow. That was a very, very good 2 rail kick. And you would have seen where I showed you that system, the 2 rail kick system on my channel. I will leave a link in the cards here for you if you want to know how to do that particular kick there. That was a really nice, good kick save there. I actually mathematically worked that out. Well, at least everything that I do in pool is mathematically calculated, so that was not anything different. So a pat on the table there. Jenner has applauded. That was a really good containing shot there. I'm actually smiling as I'm watching this particular safety battle here. And as I said, guys, this was the rack that would have either turned the game for either Jenner to get into his zone or for me to take a big lead. Playing this well, this focus, this was the opportunity here. So Jenner, I know you guys cannot see. I do apologize for the camera angle. So Jenner looks to see. Let's see here what he has done. He looks a little disappointed though in his body language. Okay, so that's the situation. He still hasn't developed that 4 ball. I have a shot onto the 14, but potting the 14 really, I think he's looking at the fact that I'm not so certain what thoughts is going through his mind, but I'm not attacking. I'm definitely not attacking. I'm going to be rolling this cue ball up onto the 9. All right, nicely done there. So not sure how much justice have I gotten. Jenner can see the 2, but it's still not potable. So what is he going to do here? This is really an exciting match. What is he going to do here? He can see the 2. I'm guessing that he's probably good. Well, obviously he's going to play a safety. Or what is he doing? He's trying to tie up the 9, bring the 14. Okay, so I see he's moving away the breakout ball possibly. And I decided that I'm not going to attack. Jenner, what are you doing? Are you trying to bait me into a shot? No. He's really put himself into a bind. Tapping the table there. I'm not sure why I'm disappointed in that shot. Oh, I think that because the kick, I think I wanted to wedge the cue ball up to the 9. Now the kick is available, and Jenner uses a technique known as the half a bread technique. He's a very funny player, very jovial player at that. He uses what is called the half a bread technique, but it didn't work out that time. Missing that kick there, that would have been Gennard's blunder. First blunder in the safety. He's played this safety battle really, really well. And he has just given up a ball in hand here, which is something that I've been looking for all this time. But has it come at the right time? There is no position here for me to attack. Let's see here. I decided I'm going to play one more safety. I'm going to try to wedge this cue ball up to that 9. Just told him that I'm playing safety. Let's see here. I know you guys can't see, and I really do apologize for the kicking angle here. Ooh. Wedged up against the 9. Can he see the 2? Is there a little nudge onto that 2? He's called it. He has called it. Is he going for the pot? He seems to be going for the... He's going to be nudging the 2. No, he's decided to go against it. It's boiling down to that really critical point in the match here, guys. This safety battle has been absolutely draining. Just commenting on this alone has literally made me a little bit tired, because this requires a lot of thinking. This requires a lot of thinking. And we've had battles like this, but I think that this is perhaps the longest battle that we have had. He's going for that half a bread technique again. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, kicking the 9 instead of the 4. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That has ended what is, in fact, what I would say a spectacular safety battle. Excellent safety battle there between myself and Gennard. It worked out in my favor there. Gennard knew that after potting that 9 ball there, it absolutely ended. There was no way that I was going to lose that rat. The 14 and the 8 ball is very near. I think he was very upset at the fact that he missed the kick the first time and he went after it again and he missed it. That's 2 blunders against a top player. You're not going to find that happening too often, and you're going to be winning the match. So as I said, guys, that particular match there was a turning point. Had Gennard won that match, the result that you're about to see at the end of this match would have been far, far different. But it worked out in my favor there, and I came out feeling really good, because I really held it down. I really didn't allow the match to get out of my hands like last time. Let's look at this break here. Much, much better control. But then again, this is very similar to break number 3, where that cue ball got away and went down to the bottom part of the table. Now, as I was saying earlier, when Gennard was leading 3-1 in the last match and I got back 3-0, got to 4, was doing a break and run to get to 5. Gennard won that rack. I lost control of the match. And it was around that particular time there where usually you find that you have that rack that is a must-win rack to really get you over to the line. Gennard wasn't able to capitalize this time. Now we're at rack number 5. Nice break off here. Successful breaks so far. 5 successful breaks. I have the 2 ball into the side. 7 ball and the 9 ball is down there. So roll the 2 into the side. The 7 ball. See, I'm having a look here. It's tied up with the 1 ball. So the 6 and the 1 is tied up. The 4 and the 3 is down to that side of the table. I'm not certain. I'm not able to see though. Can the 7 ball pass the 11? I don't think so. And I think there's another ball that is also down there. Based on my camera angle, I'm not able to confirm. But let's see. Seems as if I'm playing a safety here. So I'm trying to develop this cluster from now. Alright. Left Jannar with an open pot here on the 12. I would definitely have to call this down as a blunder. Yes, I was trying to develop, but I didn't really play the shot as well as I can. That 13 ball though, I think maybe I did that simply because that 13 ball is again in that tricky little position near to that side. It's really difficult to pot those balls if you don't get straight on those balls that are near to the side pocket. Oh, Jannar missing an uncharacteristic shot there. That was straight in though, but Jannar missed that shot. I think he was perhaps trying to get a bit straight. Maybe he played a bit hard, so I knew that probably he was trying to go down short rail to get onto that 13, because that 13 doesn't seem to go into the side. So he's definitely missed that ball there. Caused some problems though, because even if that 7 ball could have passed the 11, which I doubt it, it has just made it worse because that 12 ball has now completely isolated that pocket. Changing of gears here, I think that my headphones battery has died. I do apologize for that, guys. I have to stay concentrated by blocking out the external noises. Now I don't have a choice here. I have to literally, okay, so I still have my earpods in. So I have the 5 ball here. It's easy to get on the 6, but let's see here. Little distraction by okay, that was a horrible miss. I can safely attribute that to the fact that I kind of took myself mentally out of the game to fix the gears, to fix my AirPod. Mentally got thrown off there. Again, this could actually be the turning point for Jannar. And I've seen where Jannar himself has won matches. Okay, so I now confirmed that there was actually another ball that was down there. So Jannar actually had a 15 ball that was hidden behind the 7. So Jannar has a couple of problems. 15, 11. He has to sort those out. He was trying to pot my 3 ball, but he has left me with the opening here. Potting the 3. I have the 5. I have the 7. Can the 7 pass though? I was trying to play position for the 7. My body language alone let me know that that 7 ball cannot pass. So this again seems to be a very interesting battle. I missed the 5 earlier. Let's see what happens here. I missed the 5 already to get the 6. Missing again. Dear oh dear. Is this the turning point? Is this the point where Jannar is going to take that 1 rack, win that 1 rack that I really am supposed to win? It's a 4-0 lead. It's a race to 7. Jannar still has a chance. All he has to do is just win a couple of racks, shake up a couple of eggs. Missing there. So we are both missing in this match. Is it nerves? Is it anxiousness? What exactly it is, we are about to find out. I'm still pretty confident. I'm missing a couple of shots. I'm being distracted a little bit though by not just the persons who are watching. I'm not really hearing what anybody is saying. I'm only hearing the music that's in my ear. So I have to kind of calm things down a little bit here. Just kind of slow it down a little bit. Just kind of slow it down a little bit. I need a bridge for this particular shot. I'm a very short. I'm 5 feet 2.5 inches tall. So even on an 8-foot table, I sometimes need a bridge, which is quite funny. But okay, here, let's see what happens. Doesn't seem as if I'm going for the pot. Seems as if I'm going for the safety. Let's see here. I'm going for the pot. Seems as if I'm aiming up for the pot here. Okay, so I'm going for the pot. Ooh. Oh dear, oh dear. That was pretty lucky. So that's lot number 2, I guess. Last time I got that lucky was in the first rack where I played a 3-rail position onto the 7. Sorry, I played a 3-rail position onto the 14, and I almost got hooked by the 7. But here I almost got by the corner, by the jaws of the pocket. But I have a pot here, just focusing, rolling the 6 ball, coming out nicely into the opening. I have the 5 and I have the perfect angle to break out the 7. The 4 ball is pretty okay. But let's see here. Looks as if I'm having a look at the 4. Maybe if I can come 2 rails out. I think I have the angle. So I guess it's just safe to say that maybe take on the breakout. Based on my decision here, I've decided not to. So I'm going for the 2 rail out, coming back out to the middle of the table. Missing the shot. So couple of missed shots in this rack. None that we've seen. I think we've missed more shots in this particular rack than we've missed in the whole entire match. So everything is not all laid out for Jennar. He still has a lot of problems. So this is one of those, you're gonna have that particular rack at the amateur or the pro-am level. You're gonna always have that particular rack that really just doesn't work out as best as you would like it to. You're gonna have lapse in your concentration. I'm having a lapse in my concentration at the moment. I think that particular safety battle really hit the wits out of me. It took everything out of me to win that particular safety battle, because Jennar really wasn't gonna give in there. So I think that's what causing me to lapse here. Was that an intended miss? Was that an actual miss? I'm not so certain. Based on the position of the cue ball, I don't think that he actually missed that shot I think he missed that shot on purpose. I think maybe he was trying to block the pocket, maybe cause some problems. So let's see here. Calling it into the side. I'm calling a bank into the side here. Nicely done. Really, really, really nicely done. So I have the 7-4 combo, but my body language is telling me that maybe I'm not able to cut the 7 enough into the 4. I'm having a look. It seems as if it goes. It doesn't. It actually doesn't. Calm it down a little bit, Apex LNU. The match is in your hands. You've made a couple of errors in this particular rack, but you still have a chance. So I'm going for the 4. I'm trying to draw the cue ball into the 7 instead. Ooh, the angle wasn't there actually. That I can say is definitely a error. That I can say definitely is an error. So now I don't have any more balls on the table. It doesn't seem as if the 7, I had a look at the 7 earlier, and that 7 doesn't pass. Now I can't touch it, but what can I do here though? Oh, it can be made. Wow, that was a great shot there. That was a great shot there. Do you see that I looked at that particular spot? You remembered in one of the racks earlier with the ball that I potted into the side. Once that object ball is on the spot, pardon me. Now I know, you'll see that I have my hands calculating. I know that if I was shooting this from the corner, it would be a 30-degree cut shot. So I know that this is perhaps a 22-degree cut. Pardon me. This is a 37.5-degree cut. So it's a bit steep. Focused aim. I'm using angle referencing and diamond referencing, aiming, fractional ball aiming, cutting that 8 ball into the side, coming around 1, 2 rails, 3 rails, 4 rails to take a 5-0 lead, stamping the authority on this match. Made a couple of errors in this particular rack here, but just doing just enough there, potting that really good 7 ball. Barely could have made it, potting that 7 ball and just executing that wonderful 37.5-degree cut onto that 8, stamping the authority here, letting Jennar know that I'm here to play. And you'll see, you can almost see, just by the title of the video, you'll see that this particular match here was an excellent one. Not just for me, but just for both players. We both played well, but I think that I really commanded the game. I really took all my opportunities when it mattered. So now we have here rack number 6. And with rack number 6 here, it is now time to get over the finishing line. Most top players will tell you that the hardest racks to win are the first ones and the last ones. Nice break here. Losing a bit of control, but I got successful. 6 successful break in a row. Cue ball getting away a little bit here. This was probably the wildest break that I've had so far. But I was successful. And I think the key, and we all know that if you're a top player or an intermediate level player, the key in winning racks is having a successful break. Doesn't matter how the break is, having a successful break is going to be key in winning your matches. So with this break off here, I have an opening onto the stripes. Let's see if maybe I could get a break and run to really stop my authority here. Ooh. I've already spoken to you guys. I already told you that the team that I'm playing on, there's a lot of inconsistencies with it. If you play the shot too hard into the rail, it jumps. So I tried to do a little breakout, which I was successful to some extent. That 13 ball once again is in a nasty little position here. But I have the 9 ball into the corner. I've landed perfectly here onto the... Really nicely done there. Getting a little bit close to that 9 ball though. Getting a bit close to that 9 ball. That 13 ball goes straight down. But I think I've landed a little bit awkward onto that 9. The rest of my balls are all the way down to the bottom part of the table. The 8 ball, not sure if it goes into the side. So I need to play perfect position onto this 11 ball here. So I'm putting the 9 into the corner, coming 1, 2 rails, trying to beat that 3 ball there. Nicely done. A friendly little nudge there onto that 3 ball has landed me perfectly on the 11. Can the 8 ball pass? We'll find out in a moment. The 11 ball goes straight down. Let's see what happens to the 13 ball here. Stun following. Down for the 15. Want it to be a bit closer though. Still there is a problem with that 13 because that 13 ball is easier to go to the pocket to which the cue ball is at the moment than it is to go straight up, because I don't have much cue ball distance or cue ball space. Getting a few healings from a few friends, a few patrons, a few fans. These guys have been watching me learn this game since I was young. These guys have watched me grown to this level here. Let's see. I'm going for the 13. Focusing and staying steady down on this shot. Let's see what happens here, guys. Ooh. Knew it was a problem. Knew it was a problem because that 13 ball is in a very, very tricky position. So Jennar is now having an opportunity to come back to the table. I think he's on his phone. Usually that's a little bit of a distraction, but I guess, as I said, guys, the culture of our game that we play really always tends, you'll probably see some things that you're not going to see anywhere else, like players playing a match or being on their phones. But here we go. Jennar, I guess, I'm not so certain. I think his body language has changed after that safety battle. Since that safety battle, everything doesn't seem to be working out. For example, he just missed that uncharacteristic 2-ball there. I'm not sure if he's given up on the match. He seems to be, he's still be looking at the game. He's still looking for opportunities. He's one of those type of players that thrive on a comeback. If he sees the opportunity for a kill, a hunt, if he knows that you're making mental mistakes that you're not supposed to or you don't usually make, that is the opportunity for him to hunt you down and kill you. And literally not kill you, but defeat you in the match. That's the type of player he is. He thrives on the hunt. But not today, Gennaro, not today. I'm not giving you that opportunity to defeat me. Potting that 13 ball, coming down nicely for that 12 ball. Perfect. That 8 ball is into the side. Let's see what I do here. I have a little angle. I may have to roll into that 4. You see here where I'm looking at if I could land there, if I could stun across. Do I come all the way down to the short rail? It's a little tricky to come down to the short rail here, because if I bump the rail a bit too hard, I might be in trouble. So I'm just going to be rolling this in here and using that 4 ball as a stopper. Perfect run here. I missed a tough shot there onto the 13, a tricky 13. Gennaro just missing that uncharacteristic 2 ball into the side here. I think I'm looking at him and I think that his body language and demeanor has changed since that safety battle where I took a 4-0 lead. And from there, I think Gennaro really hasn't gotten to the table much. And when he's gotten to the table, it has always been for him to think. So I really think that this match was a great one. Controlled the whole entire match. I have a few matches coming up, guys. One in which you would have seen on my live stream against the young man that is walking here in the blue. That was also a very good match. I was obliterated in that match. So look out for that one, guys. If you're enjoying this particular one here, hit the like button. The 8 ball goes into the side for a 6-0 lead in a race to 7. What are the odds? Can Gennaro create a comeback? Is it possible for Gennaro to create a comeback here? I don't know. His body language has changed a little bit. I'm staying focused. I know I've seen this happen before, where you take a massive lead, you make one mistake, and everything comes tumbling down. You've seen this at the highest level. Shane Van Boening versus Mika Immonen. Mika was leading 10-3. Mika missed a shot, played a bad shot. Shane Van Boening ran 7 racks straight. You'd have seen this against Raj Hundal in the Whirlpool Masters 2003, winning from 7-0 down, or 6-0 down, pardon me, winning 7-1. You've seen lots of comebacks by many great players. So I know, with my experience, I know that I still have to play this final rack like I have always played the other ones. Focus, get a good break, plan the rack, really take control. Do not go for any uncharacteristics out. Let's stay focused here. Much better break. This break looked a lot like the first one, but as expected here. Was that a successful break? No, it wasn't. And it's always like that. It's always on the hill, where you always get that opportunity that you're looking for to run out. It never seems to come. You've heard cowboys said this all the time. It never seems to come on the. It's always that little twister in that final rack. And after having 6 successful breakoffs, the last one here has given Gennaro the opportunity to conventionally win a rack. Let's see here. Gennaro is on the 1. Open shot onto the solids. He's trying to get position onto the 5. Overroll the shot. So let's see what he does. pots the 3 again. You see the delivery of that stroke. Very, very disappointed in himself, as you'll see here. Looks to accept the fact that he isn't playing as best as he should. And he knows that if he makes any more errors, or one more error at that, that could be the end of it. So I'm going for the pot, am I here? The 14 into the side, into the corner, pardon me. Little Oaks, I'm going for the 11 actually, into the corner. It's a poised match. Lots of persons were looking forward to this particular match here. 15 to the 14, potting both at the same time here. Not sure if I really wanted to do that though. Definitely did not. You see a shake of the head there. Wanted to leave that 15 into the corner, near to the corner, so I can transition with the cue ball back out to the middle of the table. I have a 12 ball all the way up here though. And I have the 9 ball, I guess. So I'm focusing here. The 9 ball goes straight up into the corner. Nicely done. Still problematic though. That 10 ball is tied up with another ball. Is it tied up with Gennar's 4 ball? I have an angle on the 13. Can I develop though? Is the angle enough? See, I'm looking at the tangent line. You see, I place my cue across my face to look at the tangent line for the breakout. It's tricky because I really have to stroke this cue ball with a lot of draw. Well, not a lot of draw, but just enough. You see here I'm visualizing. I'm looking at the pot. You see I move my cue here. I'm looking at where exactly the cue ball is going to go. So maybe I can break it out from the back. The angle doesn't seem to allow me. I'm kind of off straight, slightly off straight. So you see that I'm putting a draw here onto the cue. Let's see what happens then. Try to break it out from the back. Ooh, dear oh dear, again. Lucky. Very, very lucky on that breakout. Could have scratched. That would have been my second chance that I got. That would have been the second time that I tried to play a shot where I almost scratched. So I guess I can safely say that I had some luck running for me in this game here, in this particular rack. But is it going to be enough? Let's see here. 10 ball is tied up with Gennar's 4. So I'm definitely in some problems here. Gennar doesn't have much problem, but what can I do? Can I go for the thin cut onto the 12? I'm going for the cut. There is no guaranteed position. I'm going for the cut. Focusing. Tough shot. Have to make the pot. Have to try to get a bit lucky. Let's see what happens here. Focusing. Trying to go with that inside spin. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at where the cue ball has landed. Shake of the head. Gennar has obviously accepted that, hey, this is perhaps not his day. And since that rack number 4, that safety battle, Gennar has probably gotten about 6, maybe 7 opportunities at the table. Couple of missed shots, uncharacteristic missed. He's gotten his chances. So it wasn't a total obliteration. It wasn't a total obliteration. So he's gotten his chances, but, you know, like last time when he really capitalized on those chances, he didn't capitalize on this one. So what is he going to do here? I know he's going to try to cause some problems. He knows the 10 ball is tied up. So he knows all he has to do here is try to ensure that he keeps me in check. Very good shot there. tying up the 10 ball more, moving that 4 ball into a better position. The 5 ball can go into the side. So what we'll do, I'm having a look to see if it goes probably off the 4. My body language says that it doesn't go. I'm looking at the pot on the 11. Perhaps we'll have to break out. I'm looking here. Let's see what I decide. Play a safety. Banking that ball 3 reels. Containing the shot here. Getting the same position that I had before. So definitely holding on to my advantage, my leverage. I have a huge lead. Playing well, playing confident. Jenner hasn't gotten much inning at the table. So I'm seeing the chance that I need to get here. Jenner going for the pot onto the 2. Trying to make something happen here. It's not landed perfect though. But he has a chance. It is a chance. There again, I think he's on his phone. I think he's been a bit disturbed by phone calls, or I guess. But he has a chance, ladies and gentlemen. He has a chance. And he's very good at capitalizing. Rolling that 6 into the corner. Now, his facial expression has changed. He smells blood. He smells an opportunity. What will he do here? He has the 5. He's looking at the 5 as a problem. There, definitely confirmed that he's been disturbed by a phone call. I think probably the best idea would have to put that phone towards the side. He's not looking at the 5. So is it a problem? Is it not a problem? He knows that the 5 is an insurance, but I'm looking at it from this angle and it seems to be that it's not potable into the side. He keeps going around. He keeps looking at it. But I'm thinking that based on his body language, it is a problem because now he's drawing the cue ball here. It definitely was a problem. So he didn't really have a solution for that 5 into the side. But what is he going to do here now? We are back to that tricky rack. We've had 3 tricky racks so far. Rack number 4, rack number 5, and now rack number 7. Rack number 6 was just really a rack that was for me. He missed a shot, cleared up, capitalized. So he's going for a safety, is he? He's thinking about it. Definitely not. He knows that moving that 5, if he doesn't hide the cue ball, it could spell trouble. So he's going for something else here. Let's see. Trying to go for the attacking cut onto the 4. So it looks as if the 5 was available. But he missed that tough part there onto the 4. Tricky position here for Apex Selenio. Moment of truth. After being defeated 7-4, and I would safely say to an extent humiliated because there was a lot of hype on that first encounter. After being humiliated with a 7-4 trashing, this is the ultimate comeback, the ultimate revenge. What will I do? What will Apex Selenio do to finish off what is expected to be a brilliant match? There's no attacking options here. So I'm going for a tough safety. Rolling that cue ball onto the 12. Nudging out. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wedged up against that 12 is the ideal position, ideal safety. This could be the end. This could be the end. Opening up the cluster and hooking Jenner behind the 12 is absolutely the best outcome that you could possibly have. General coming to the table once again to face a dilemma. Nothing available. Last time he got a kick. He's not able to get the kick because that cue ball is then now wedged up against that 12. Nothing available. Excellent safety there by Apex Elenio. That was the exact intent, which I didn't apologize because, of course, had I gotten lucky. But this is the exact intent that I wanted. Bounce from the rail from the 12 to lock that cue ball up against that 12. This Jenner, as usual, is going to try to tie up a ball, but nothing came from that. He was trying to get that 12 ball, or that 10 ball, pardon me, to go down towards the short rail, but it wasn't enough, and pretty much everything here lays nice. 12 into the side, 10. Gotta settle down here, guys. Don't want to take anything for granted. Don't want to misplay position. Want to still be perfect on the last pot. Potting that 10, getting straight in on that 12. Again, it's just never easy. It's just never easy. But it's okay. Would have loved it to be a bit easier, guys, because this is really a fulfilling moment for me. Potting that shot there, getting straight in on that 8. Jenner will walk across the table, a tap on the table there. And that was an epic performance. An excellent performance there. Collecting back the cash that he took from me last week. And we're going again. Unfortunately, I have to inform you guys that we actually went to play that match, but it wasn't finished. He had me at a 5. I had him at a 5-4 lead in that match.